let's move on to talk about our SWOT, or our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and our threats. First, our strengths. HCB is dedicated to promoting health and wellness. We know that. We can see it in our mission, our vision, and our values. We offer a variety of services and programs to the community. We have good, solid foundations and relationships with our community members. And we are noted as a good place to work, as you saw from our survey results. On the other side, our weaknesses. We do have a lack of secured funding. However, in the previous slide of our finances, we did see that we secured a pretty hefty amount from a grantor. That's something that we still are needing to work on. We will discuss our finances at a later point, and that's one of our main objectives for the future. Staff turnover. We have seen some of that recently, and we are definitely going to get to the bottom of that and look to see what the root cause of it is. Lack of understanding in the community about what HCB does, we talked about that earlier, and planning for the future. In the past, there has not been much secured and foundational planning. That will change. Opportunities. We have great opportunities for this organization. We have talked about and will continue to talk about progression for the organization. We want to market and campaign HCB to the community. We want to continue growing our board of directors and new members. And we know that our grants should be our top priority. Threats. What do you think our threats may be? A few of them, the health department. And you wonder, how could that be? Well, maybe the health department or another organization could develop a new class that could possibly take away from HCB. Their class may be better organized, they more have public relations and marketing surrounding it. Staff turnovers makes it harder to hire. We have noticed in the community that the staff turnover may have put a bad taste in the community's mouth. It may be harder to hire qualified people. Grantors may have their funds or may give their other funds to other organizations because of their stability and our lack of. Possible lack of support from local farmers because, like we said before, they can't afford the suggested mitigation systems. And in the past, we have had, from my research, noticed that there are some board members that are only invested because of a title. HCB needs members that are dedicated to this mission. 5-year action plan. Where do we start? Where do we want to see ourselves in 5 years? I have 3 goals that I want you to be thinking about and things that I've thought about, and I hope that they are on your mind as well. Goal number 1 has to do with finances, of course. We want our building to be paid off and our programs funded. That's all. No big deal, right? Don't worry. We'll set smaller goals to achieve this. Goal number 2 is to make ourselves known in the community. We have wonderful programs and services, and we want everyone to be able to take advantage of those. Goal number 3 is to work on our staff engagement. Next steps. I'm sure a lot of you have heard the term that someone doesn't let grass grow under their feet. I'm that person. I like to get things moving. I like to be on the ball. I want to get these things started and implemented next week. And beginning next week, we're going to start having staff meetings every Monday morning. Our board of directors, this group of us in here, are going to start meeting monthly. I've spoken with our CFO and determined that I would like a financial statement weekly. I want to see where every dollar and cent is going. This is not anything to do with micromanaging. I just want to get us back on the right track so we can take care of our employees and our community as best as possible. Within the board of directors, I know some of you have been with us for a long time, and some of you are fairly new. Let's nail down the roles and get those specified and narrowed down. with these steps, starting next week into next month and within the next 6 months, I believe we will start to see change soon thereafter. Does everyone have their calendar handy? Let's pull it out. Look to see if you have November 13th available, because that's the day we are going to have a grand reopening. Yes, we are. A nonprofit organization is going to have a reopening. This will launch us back into the community. We will have press on site. We will have fun and refreshments, and we'll have vendors. This is going to be a great day for our community, and it's going to be a great day for our organization. We'll have games. We'll have staff members on site to answer questions from the community. We'll make sure that all of our programs and services are well represented and that each person speaking about them is extremely knowledgeable in that area. We knew that we would come back to our funding from the talk that we had earlier about our finances. So our upcoming grants. These three are major to us right now. The Duke Energy, as we mentioned before, is $450,000, and that's going towards our programs and services. The Trump Corporation is going to hopefully be donating $1.2 million. That is still in the works. It has not been approved yet, but we've made it to the final selection, and we are crossing our fingers and saying our prayers for that one. Reading Rainbow. Those are our wonderful friends, and they have given us a small grant. We don't like to look at it as a small grant, but compared to our others, it is $1,000, but that is going towards some of our Mommy and Me classes. Our sponsorship, it may seem frivolous to some, but to our employees, t-shirts are a big thing. So we have found a sponsor that will donate t-shirts to all of our employees, and they can be worn on our launch party day. We also have a sponsorship for the launch party that will be paying for things like our food trucks that we plan to come in. They'll be paying for all of the games that are going to be brought in, and we're hoping to even get a DJ for that day. We have developed a committee within the organization that will start to plan smaller events. And one of the events they're talking about already is a 5K for the spring. The average 5K brings in about $5,000 depending on the size, of course, the time of year, the location, and things like that. So we'll have our committee start to work on that. Now, we have reached the end of our presentation, so I'd like to get any questions, comments, feedback from anything that we've talked about today. If you would not like to bring it up today during our session and maybe in front of the group, feel free to give me a call, to email me, to stop by, to see me afterwards. I have an open door policy, and I would love for you guys to come and chat with me at any point in time. Here is my contact information. Here's my email address and my phone number. This is my personal cell phone number, so please feel free to give me a call at any time. And again, I thank you for listening so attentively and for participating. And I look forward to having these meetings monthly and getting you guys involved even more so. Thanks.